Hi, my name is Andrew Albert, and today I want to talk to you about how reusable shopping bags aren't good for the environment or your health. Everyone likes a good trend, right? Well, I think that's what happened with these reusable shopping bags. They became a trend, a fashion trend, and people forgot that they were supposed to be helping the environment and not polluting them more. Well, plastic pollution, according to Al Hasselberg, is a small percent of what is polluting the world, but you have to start somewhere. Landfills are filling up with plastic, so are ocean waters. They affect plant and wildlife, and it's also getting tangled in the trees and bushes outside your homes. Plastic is we touch plastic almost daily. 50% of the plastic that's thrown out, and only 5% of it is reused. Approximately 500 billion single plastic bags are used daily. That's 1 million every minute. And most people don't know that it takes 500 to 1,000 years for a single plastic bag to degrade. And I think that's the problem, is that people aren't aware and they're uneducated about pollution. They heard about pollution because it's everywhere, but they don't really know or they don't really care to listen. Science and Children magazine wrote about how animals are affected because of this plastic. 1 million seabirds and 100,000 sea mammals are affected by plastic yearly, and they actually die yearly because of it. They misidentify it for food and end up consuming it, or they get trapped in it and suffocate. Plastic is also a concern for contaminating our seafood because the fish have been eating it. Roland Geyer stated that ocean waters have become a vertex of garbage patches. He states that 4.8 billion metric tons of plastic enter the ocean yearly. But this isn't concerned with the plastic that's on the bottom of the ocean or the stuff that ends up on the beach. He states that a large-scale removal of this plastic would be unfeasible and not cost-effective. There's just so much of it. This leads to why shopping bags, the reusable shopping bags, have become popular. Mostly because they're reusable, and they limit the plastic that goes out into the environment, and because they're flexible and you can just stick them everywhere to take into stores with you. According to Danielle Stone, these plastic bags aren't all good news. People rarely wash them, so if you're putting in fresh vegetables and then raw meat and then dirty clothes, it's all mixing together and bacteria is just growing. It's a breeding ground for intestinal disease bacteria. The plastic bag ban in San Francisco happened, and then the people had to start using reusable bags, and when their bags were tested for E. coli, it was 12% of the bags tested positive for E. coli. According to RZA, E. coli went up 50% in areas where there was a plastic bag ban. That's a lot. These reusable plastic bags are also not all good for the environment. According to PM Cuthbert, they've become trendy, which means they're using destructive dyes in them, and they're also shipping them all over the world. They're not biodegradable or compostable, which that means they'll just end up in landfills. Some bags are made from cotton and hemp, which is, you would think, good because they'll degrade, but these bags are made from pesticide-sprayed crops, and then they're stitched together in sweatshops, so it's still not helping us. Hasselberg, and also there's alternative bags that are being made, and these bags are being made from mixed plastics, which sounds like a good idea, but then when these bags need to retire and go into separate their plastics, they just can't be, so they just end up in landfills as well. Hasselberg also says that there can be harmful chemicals in these bags, which means there's been cases of lead poisoning happening because of these bags. Bags with printed designs on them have found out to have chemicals in the paint that they use. The paint may contain lead, but it also may flake off onto your food somehow, and then you're consuming that food, which is giving you the lead poisoning, which isn't good at all. So, in the end, reusable plastic bags aren't very good for your health or the environment. You're getting sick from them, they're hurting the environment, they're just ending up in landfills like the plastic was in the first place. So you have to think about which ones you're buying. Are they really going to degrade when they end up being retired? So you just need to shop more, I guess. And don't buy the ones that are not going to end up in landfills, because then that's not helping the case. I think people just need to be more informed about pollution in their shopping choices, and we don't want to hurt the earth while we're trying to save it. So I hope you liked my speech. Thank you.